It's not your phone's fault, or at least, not entirely. The real reason you can't focus has nothing to do with apps, and everything to do with your brain. If you're always distracted, overwhelmed, and tired of feeling behind, this might be the shift you need. Why you can't focus, and how to fix it for good. We live in the most distracted time in human history. Notifications, emails, group chats, endless tabs. But here's the truth. Blaming your phone is easy. It's a surface-level excuse. The deeper issue, our discomfort with discomfort. Focus isn't just about turning off your phone. It's about learning how to stay with something when your entire nervous system wants to escape. That email you're avoiding. That hard conversation. That dull but necessary task. We flee from discomfort, and distraction becomes the easiest way out. This video isn't about hacks or time management. It's about rewiring how you think. It's about taking back control of your attention in a world designed to steal it. 1. Discomfort drives distraction. Here's the secret most people don't realize. We don't get distracted because our phones are too interesting. We get distracted because the work we're supposed to do is emotionally uncomfortable. And when something feels uncomfortable, your brain wants out. Writing that proposal, cleaning the inbox, studying for an exam. These aren't inherently hard, they're just psychologically painful. Why? Because they bring up fear. Fear of not doing it perfectly. Fear of judgment. Fear of starting and not finishing. So we check Instagram. We open YouTube. We grab a snack. We get a small dopamine hit, a quick reward, and escape the discomfort. But the cost is massive. Unfinished tasks, mounting stress, and a growing sense that we can't focus. To break this pattern, you have to train yourself to sit with the discomfort. It's like going to the gym. At first it hurts, but with repetition, your tolerance grows. Next time you reach for a distraction, pause. Ask, what emotion am I avoiding? Get curious about your avoidance, not judgmental. That awareness is how you take back control. 2. The myth of multitasking. We've all heard someone say they're great at multitasking. Here's the truth, they're not. The human brain cannot focus on more than one conscious task at a time. What we call multitasking is just rapid task switching, and it comes with a steep cost. Every switch creates a cognitive drag. Your brain has to reorient. You lose mental momentum. You burn glucose, and you train yourself to be distracted. The more you switch, the more restless your brain becomes. This has long-term consequences. You reduce your attention span. You become impatient. You crave constant novelty. And deep work, the kind that creates real success, becomes harder and harder to access. Here's what I did to reverse it. I set a 25-minute timer, chose one task, and blocked out everything else. It felt weird at first, but within weeks, my focus improved. My patience returned. My productivity multiplied. Multitasking feels efficient, but in reality, it's just mental chaos. Trade it for single tasking, and you'll feel sharper, calmer, and more effective. 3. The hidden addiction to novelty. Let's talk about dopamine. Every notification, every scroll, every ping releases a hit. Your brain is wired to chase that hit, and over time, it becomes addicted. That's why boredom feels unbearable. Your brain has gotten used to stimulation every few seconds, and anything slower like focused work feels like withdrawal. This isn't a personal failure. It's biology, and worse, it's being exploited. The apps you use are designed to keep you hooked. They measure your attention in milliseconds. They optimize for addiction, not your well-being. So how do you fix it? You rewire your brain. You reduce the stimulus. You train yourself to tolerate boredom again. Start with a dopamine detox. Remove the cheap hits for a few hours a day. Turn your phone grayscale. Disable non-essential notifications. Replace short dopamine loops with long-term rewards. Reading, building something, journaling, learning. You don't have to be perfect, but every time you say no to novelty, you say yes to depth. 4. Environment shapes focus. Willpower is overrated. If your environment makes distraction easy, you will be distracted, period. Want to focus? Shape your space. Clear the clutter. Remove temptations. Design your environment to nudge you toward concentration. Here's what works. A clean desk, noise-canceling headphones, a blocked browser, a to-do list in sight, a timer ticking. I also make distractions hard to reach. My phone stays in another room. Social media apps are off my home screen. My workspace is sacred. This isn't about discipline. It's about architecture. You're not lazy. You're just reacting to a poorly designed environment. Build a space where focus is the default, not the exception. Let your surroundings do the heavy lifting. 5. Final word. Focus is a skill. And like any skill, it can be trained. You don't need a new planner or another productivity app. You need to rewire your habits, reclaim your time, and most importantly, rebuild your relationship with discomfort. Stop waiting to feel ready. Start building focus one rep at a time. Turn your phone off. Set a timer. Pick one task. And don't stop until the timer rings. Some days it will be easy. Most days it won't. But if you show up anyway, you'll get sharper, stronger, more disciplined. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be intentional. Take back your focus. Take back your mind.